my third eye, my chakras, all that stuff, right? And that's why I was able to see these demons, these witches, astral projecting and things that normal people don't necessarily see. Now, there are people who have spiritual gifts, and they can see certain things that other people can't see, right? Mediums, psychics, things like that, right? Some of them have spiritual gifts, and some of them are kind of like being used by the enemy to, you know, force an agenda, right? Because, you know, obviously looking at tarot cards is not gonna bring you closer to God, right? It brings you further away. And the Bible talks about not seeking mediums and spiritualists, right? So I just wanted to say that first and foremost. So when I opened up my third eye, my chakras and stuff, then I was able to see Jesus. I was able to see the presence of God. I was able to see angels. I was able to also see demons. I was able to see a lot of things, right? A lot of things that the physical eye didn't see. I was able to see these witches and warlocks astral projecting. In fact, when they decided that they were going to kind of leave me alone, they went back, astral projected to me, and were like, hey, like, you're obviously not going to comply with us, so we're just like, whatever. We're going to leave it alone at this point. Like, we give up, basically. Which, thank God. But this is my testimony. I had to get, you guys, I'm going to tell you how dangerous it is to open up your third eye. I had to get countless numbers of deliverances, okay? Because at first I wanted to put a number on it. At first I was going to say I got 20 deliverances, but that's a lie. It's a lie. Because I even had deliverance prayers playing the whole 8 hours as I slept at night. So it's like I got deliverance. Like, when I say, you guys, like, I was like so demon possessed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was so demon possessed that I would literally see my body like convulsing in my sleep. My body was convulsing, and my soul was literally like, why am I moving so much? Like, you know what I mean? It was like I was so demon possessed that it was like the demon, so it's hard to explain. And when I go and when I went around and was like hanging out with people and stuff, you can't barely even tell that someone is demon possessed. Why? Because these demons manifest in your personalities. Like, so let's say you have that personality that's like, I'm just so anxious and I just hate this and that, and I'm just, you know, I have this rage, and then I have this anger, and then I have this, you know, they hide in your personality. So sometimes there was times where, you know, I was me, right? But then, like, let's say something happened, I'm like, you, and a lot of times it was something else speaking through me, and a lot of times I didn't realize that that's what was going on. And there was times that I'm like, gosh, why did I say that? You know, I would think of the next day and be like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Why did I, you know, like, talk to that person like that? Like, why was I so mean, you know? Yeah. Anyways, long story short, so I was so demon possessed that at night I would see my body convulsing and shaking and stuff. And a few times I actually, because I was so terrified, I actually, like, my spirit, right, because we're all spiritual beings, left my body as it was convulsing and stuff. And I tried to hurry up and cut the light on because I was so freaked out, right? And then and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm under my body. And I freaked out. And it was so weird because I used to do it a lot. I used to constantly leave my body so much that my daughter knew, because, like, she would be in another room doing something, and I would be like, why are you on top of the icebox and this and that? And she's like, how'd you know I'm on top of the icebox? I literally astral projected, not even on purpose. I astral projected and went in the living room, and I thought that I was up, but when the way that I always realized that I actually astral projected and I was not in my body is I would try to cut on something, or like touch a doorknob and open a door, or like cut on a light or something. When I tried to do those things, it didn't work. Like, when I tried to, like, cut on a light, I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, I'm out of my body. And then as soon as I realized I wasn't in my body, it's almost like I got pulled back into my body, okay? It sounds like a lot, but that's why I say that the dangers of opening up your third eye and your chakras and all these things is you're allowing spirits to do these things for you, or to help you have these spiritual gifts, right? And I believe they say it's a spirit of kundalini, so you might want to look that up. But when I say I've had countless amounts of deliverance, I've had deliverance prayers playing as I sleep. I had deliverance prayers playing on my way from work to work. I had deliverance prayers playing just when I can think of it, right? I even went to 2 different ministries. Genesis Porter, getting to know him, I was under her discipleship, and I got deliverance from her. And then backdoor, maybe a month later, I got deliverance from Danae. And when I got deliverance, these demons like kept, every time, it's like they would attack me harder. You know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to say, like, do not turn to this new age religion about the universe. God is bigger than the universe. He created the universe, right? There's so many different dimensions in this universe. I just want you guys to understand how big God is, right? And then for him, one thing that I always say is like, Lord, you did not have to love us. You know, if I would have made something out of clay or out of dirt, right, and breathe life into it, I can't say that I would have loved it like that, right? But God loves us on a way. His love is like, we can't even fathom, we can't even understand that type of love. And because he loves us so much, he gives us so much grace and mercy. So that means right now, you can make a decision to be like, hey, I'm turning away from the world. I'm a new creation, and repenting for your sins. I want you to know this road is not necessarily easy, but it comes with a repentant lifestyle. It comes with a repentant lifestyle. It comes with dying to your flesh. It comes with understanding that you need to walk in the spirit, right? It comes with understanding that we have to have a relationship with God. It comes with understanding that there's a lot, right? If Jesus Christ died and had to be crucified and made fun of and spit upon, think about what a lot of Christians go through. In the book of Revelations, it talks about us getting persecuted, right? And the Bible talks about, blessed is he that gets persecuted for my name's sake. So I just want you guys to understand that if you are a true Christian, you're not signing up to be a Christian and just live in sin, right? You're signing up for a whole lifestyle change. Ask God where you're supposed to work. Say, Lord, if you don't want me at this job, put me the job you want me to be in. I'm going to be honest with you. You might just lose your job, right? You might just lose your job and be somewhere that you never even would have expected, right? If you ask God, show me what my calling is, you might actually see something or like see like a calling that you're like, I can't do that, or why, like I'm confused, like there's no way, like I don't even see myself like that, right? If you ask God to show you who your spouse is, which I did this as well, right? Ask God, who's the person he wants you with, show you who they are, bring you to them, right? Then you're gonna be like, what? Like when God showed me who my spouse is supposed to be, right? Who I'm supposed to be married to, my kingdom spouse, right? And when I seen this person, I'm like, God, I don't deserve that person. Like what? Like I couldn't even fathom, because it was so like amazing almost, right? It says that he has plans to prosper us and not to harm us. And realistically, we are harming ourselves in life. Like that we like are not even enjoying the fruits of the spirit like that, right? So I just want you guys to understand that things are a little bit more spiritual than we think, and it's all about to come to it. It's all about to come out. I'm sorry, you know? And I mean, I'm sorry. You have to make a decision. And worshiping Satan is pretty, so Satan does it in a way where it's like you come into agreement without realizing you come into agreement. Sometimes you come into agreement with Satan in your dreams. Sometimes you come into agreement with Satan, and your when you decide to pick up whatever's causing you to sin, right? When you decide to fall temptation to your flesh, you're worshiping Satan knowingly and unknowingly. So I want you guys to understand that there's a spiritual war going on, and a lot of you are asleep. You're asleep. Wake up. Like literally wake up, because I'm telling you, opening my chakras was the worst experience of my life. It was the worst thing I could have ever done for myself. And in the moment I thought, oh, I have all this anxiety if I just, do this meditating every morning and stuff. And it became a lifestyle for 3 years, so much so to where I was completely demonically possessed. And I mean, wow. And then when I asked God, well, where do you want me to work? I was sent to a whole different city. I was sent to a whole different career that I've never even experienced before. I was sent, you guys, doing things that I never would have expected that I would be or do or have. I'm in a completely different position. If any of you spoke to me now and you asked, where do you work? Where do you live? It's completely different than anything I would have ever expected for my life, right? Because God's ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. The Bible also talks about that very specifically. It's like, lean not on your own understanding, because I mean, if we lean on our own understanding, it ain't gonna make sense, right? But the God that created the universe, the God that created everything, right? That God knows more than we know. So I just want you guys to know that, and I pray that this message helps you, and you guys reach out to me, right? Reach out to me. I'm willing to help, right? Because we're in it. We're in it.